Let's do it. What is happening, folks? It is Jimmy G in the place to be, bringing you back to the good, the bad, the awesome, where we unbox, give my first reaction to all things pop culture. So when I see this, you see it. So if you like to see what I see, then hit that like, subscribe, get notified when we have new videos. And if you're already doing that, thank you so very, very much. So we're gonna round out anime week with another character from Jujutsu Kaisen. You've seen me review this Yuji Itadori from Anime Heroes. You've seen me review this Yuji Itadori from SH Figure Arts. Well, now we're gonna take a look at this Yuji Itadori from Yolopark and Sunrise Pop. And so I cannot wait to look at this one. Someone turned me on to these figures and said, hey, you should check them out, you should review them. I was able to pick them up for a pretty good deal, and we're gonna see how great these are, see how good it is, see if they match up, see if they kind of do whatever they need to do. Now, if you missed out, I did my first Yolopark video on this guy right here, Mr. Satoru Gojo, and I'll put a link to that in the description. But we're gonna take a look at this one. Now, this may be the last video for a little bit because I will be gone on vacation and then to TFCon Baltimore, which I can't wait to get a bunch of goodies and maybe do some filming and some video in there. But this will be it for a little bit. I'm going to try to film some videos to have them posting, but you know what? If I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. So let's move these guys out of the way. Let's take a closer look at this box. And so here it is. It has the picture of it right here. We have Yuji Itadori right there too as well. Shows the back, shows some of the details, some of the things that you get. Also, you get this beautiful stand that I really dig. I'm glad that the Yolopark figures come with that. But that is the box. This I was able to pick up on AliExpress. This is not a KO. This is by Yolopark and Sunrise Pop. But I was able to pick this up on AliExpress for $23, I believe, either $23 or $24. I don't remember off the top of my head. But they have him. They had Satoru Gojo, and they also had Megumi Fushiguro, which I was able to pick him up too, which we'll do a review on at a later date. But let's go ahead and do this. Let's get him out of the box and onto the table. Here he is, folks, out of my box and onto my operating table, and so far feels just hefty and premium like the other Yolopark figure did. Really nice feel to it, but we'll get into the details of the figure here in just a moment. First thing we want to do is we want to take a look at some of the accessories. So you get his divergent fist right here. If you don't know what that is his basically his kind of cursed technique where he punches and then he has a secondary punch that kind of follows his first punch, even though it's just one punch. We have a piece of hair right here that's basically standing up for when you have good old good old, what's his name? The bad guy, Sukuna, his face on there. You also get the angry Yuji Itadori face right there. You also get the hand with Sukuna's mouth that eats that finger. You get this hand, you get this hand, and you get this hand. So you get a bunch of hands, but you also get the stand. It's right here. We'll put this together later so I can kind of show you that. Really cool. And then you get the figure itself. And the figure itself, from a height standpoint, I don't have my ruler. Let me go grab that really quick. Sorry, folks, I should have been better prepared, but I was not. So from a height standpoint, what you're looking at is close to 7 inches, about what a McFarlane figure would be, but definitely a lot taller than the other Yuji Itadoris that I do have, which we'll compare him with in a little bit. But let's bring him in for closer inspection. Pop this camera up a little bit, bring some illumination in. Boom. Bought a nice another ring light for clearance, so I got a ring light over here and then one right over here and then a couple lights up there. So it kind of give me plenty of light to do what I need to do. But overall, really nice feel. Look, I don't know how I feel about the glossy here. I mean, I don't hate it, but I just don't know how I feel about it yet, because all my other Yujis are kind of matte, and I'll show you that here in just a little bit. But overall, feels very good for a $25 figure, and that's a bargain, my friends. That is a bargain, especially if you're looking for a good Jujutsu Kaisen figure for not breaking the bank. But let's just kind of give him the rotisserie view. There's the front, the side, the back, the side, and the front again, but just looks good. I think, you know, there's the face details I think look pretty good on there. A little bit glossy. I'm not a big fan of glossy faces. I like the more matte finished faces on that, just because it looks like he's got pimples. You know, maybe he needs a little clear cell to kind of get the grease off his face. But overall, though, the details on here, the paint on it and everything, there's no overspray. Yolopark and Sunrise Pop did a really good job on this. Look at the shoes. I mean, the shoes are glossy. That I don't mind. And I like the red shoes compared to just the brown shoes. Those are kind of cool there. And then the red that kind of shows up here too as well. So from an articulation standpoint, you got neck and you got head articulation, so which is really cool. You got the arm has the rotation here in this arm right here, but you also have the rotation here and here. And then of course you have the elbow bend, which is more than a 90-degree bend. And then you have the wrist rotation you do have there. The arm does move all the way around, so you get a lot of poseability with those arms. And you really do need that with Yuji, because he is a brawler. He's not a like magic user. He's a brawler at heart on that. And then of course you have the top ab crunch that does spin. You have the bottom ab crunch that does spin too as well. Legs can kind of almost Jean-Claude them. It's just the uniform kind of gets in the way. A little bit loose there. I mean, you have to kind of really shake it to kind of make it fall. But you can kind of see kind of that joint there. You can kick it all the way up. Can kick back. You have the thigh rotation. You have rotation here. You do have more than a 90-degree bend. And then you also have ankle rotation and tilt. And then, of course, that little toe tilt too as well that you can kind of pop that up to do some cool toe poses with him. So yeah, so you can really kind of get him looking really cool if you want to just kind of make him look awesome. But if you want to replace the face, you just pop the hair off and then you can pop the face off, and that'll allow you to replace the face. And same with the hands, you just pull those off and you pop them on. I like to twist and pull. That kind of just seems to work for me. But you do that voodoo you do. So let's take a look here really quickly before we get going on comparisons at the stand. So you get this little thing here that kind of shows you the instructions on what you can do to change out the hands, the face, all the hair replacements, all that kind of stuff. The thing I just want to show you from the stand is I love just the look of the let me pull this off. Open up. Open sesame. Bum, bum, bum. Let's pull this out. And so, love the icon here. As you know, with the Gojo one, we have the eye, but this has his hand. And then, of course, that looks like it represents the mouth of Sukuna there. So this goes kind of like in the top, and this kind of goes in the bottom here. So that's really cool. So let's do this. Let me bring in some figures for comparison, and I'll be right back. Okay, folks, here it is. Here are my 3 Yuji Itadori. So first we have SH Figure Arts right here. Then we have the Yolopark, and then we have the Total Anime. SH Figure Arts, you're looking at about $60 to $80. That's what I paid for it. It may be a little bit more now. He was, like I said, about $25, and he was $20. So this is how they are relatively in height. So he is definitely a lot taller than them, but you can kind of see, like, I do like the red shoes. The brown shoes are cool, but I like the red shoes. It's like Ronald McDonald. But I do like the matte finish here better than right here than the the glossy finish. However, it doesn't mean that I don't like the glossy finish. Of the uniforms, this is more solid, so you can kind of see it's just more uniform, but you do sacrifice like ab crunch and things like that, whereas this gives you more movement, but you do have more segmented here. But you know, that's the price you pay for articulation. So that's how they look together. Which one do you like better? Which one do you like best? He's a little bit more vivid in color. I would still say this guy's a bit more anime accurate here, but nothing wrong with this guy. Of the three, I still like the figure arts look much better, but I mean, for $20 you get just about as much accessories as you get with the figure arts. I mean, a little bit less, but you do get some. So I'm going to move the Yujis out of the way, and I will bring in the other one Yolopark figure that he's going to scale with, and that is Mr. Satoru Gojo right there. So you can kind of see there how much he's going to scale. Let me kind of bring that back a little bit. Let's bring in a few more figures to compare him to. Here's a 5-inch McFarlane Tanjiro Kamado. Let's see here. We also have another McFarlane figure, and that will be this Superman, if I can make sure he stands up correctly. Let me get him standing first. I'm not ready. Superman's not ready for prime time. There we go. So there is Superman. So again, about the same kind of height as Yuji Itadori. 6-inch Black Series. And then we have a 3.75-inch Star Wars Vintage. So you can kind of see just how he kind of scales with everybody else. So that is him in a nutshell. So I'm gonna kind of take some pictures, play around with him a little bit, get a better feel, and then give you my final thoughts over back at the chair. So Jimmy in the chair, take it away. Thank you, Jimmy G in the chair. Let's talk through my final thoughts on Yuji Itadori. Right now, I have him in Sukuna mode, and I don't know if I'm going to keep him in this mode or not. If I should keep him as Yuji or should I keep him as Sukuna? Because I've got plenty of Yuji Itadoris. I don't have a lot of Sukunas. I only got one Sukuna. So do I need two? Do I need Sukuna in Yuji's body? But I do like this evil kind of look right here that he has, that he's there to kind of just say that he's the strongest sorcerer. And Gojo was to say he's the strongest sorcerer. And those that have read the manga know who really is the strongest sorcerer. But overall impressions of this figure, I do like it. Now, the only things I don't like is his hair is just a little too pink for me. But I mean, maybe they're just going for the animation accuracy or whatever. But the hair is just a little too pink. But I do like the hands. I do like the things. The divergent fist effect that he comes with is, I think, much better. A more top-notch divergent fist accessory than the other ones. As far as posing goes, I mean, poses really well. He's not going to scale well with much of the other Jujutsu Kaisen figures that are out there from Anime Heroes and from Total Anime, which I do have the Total Anime's Jujutsu Kaisen Yuji, which I'll put a description to that video down below. He's still in a box because I had to send back the other one because it broke. I think if you're a character person, this is going to be great. And if Yolopark continues making these figures, this might be the way to go, because for $25, you can't beat it with the accessories that you get. So here is SH Figure Arts again, just to kind of show y'all, just kind of get them both into the camera right there as my camera is freaking out with the exposure. But Anime Heroes, you're going to be kind of third place here. But which one's first and second for you on these two right here? I am kind of, from a value standpoint, this Yolopark one is good. Now, from a real good value standpoint, the Total Anime, which is like you can get from anywhere from $17 to $20, and it comes with a lot of accessories, faces, and things like that too as well. But this has still got a more premium feel to it, I think. But for bang for your buck, this is gonna be a really good one. This one or the Total Anime is gonna be your bang for your buck one. But I do love the fact that this figure does come with this backdrop too as well. I think that's really, really cool. you have a good backdrop that you can kind of put him on to kind of display your Yuji or Sukuna, however you want to display him. So on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I would give this figure a pretty awesome. I mean, I'm pretty glad I picked him up. I mean, I do have a lot of Jujutsu figures, but I don't think you can have too many, and I'm hoping for someday I know they have a Figma Nanami, and I'd like to get him, but I'm wanting all the other Jujutsu sorcerers. I think it'd be really great to have them too. And a Mojito, that would be good. Not a Mojito, but a Mojito. But yeah, on a scale of good, bad, awesome, I think he's pretty awesome. I think you would be pretty happy if you're a Jujutsu Kaisen fan or an anime fan to be able to pick him up for your playing with pleasure on that. So, but that's all I got to say about that. If you enjoyed this review, maybe consider becoming a member or giving a super thanks or just being a subscriber. Either way, it all helps the channel. But tune in next time when we do talk about something else good, bad, or awesome. But in the meantime, y'all remember to stay young, have fun, and be awesome. Domain expansion. Malevolent Shrine. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now.